The process of problem solving. Case studies involve a student attempting to solve the problem in a story. A generic problem-solving process typically has 5 steps: observation, diagnosis, possible solutions, selecting a solution, and then implementing and measuring, where the measuring answers the question, how will you know if the solution worked? As an example, let's use the problem-solving process on a simple problem. You get into work one day, you sit down at your desk, you turn on your lamp, but your lamp doesn't light up. So let's apply the 5-step process to solve this problem. First step, what are your observations? First observation is that when you turn on the switch, the light doesn't turn on. What else is happening though? What else do you observe at your desk? You may sit there and look around and notice that nothing else is amiss. It does not look like anyone has interrupted anything at your desk. The lamp is where it was in the first place. Nothing looks out of place. Your observations are that the lamp does not work when you turn on the switch, but nothing else seems out of place. Step 2 is a diagnosis. In this step, you think of all of the possible problems that could be going on and why that might be. So your diagnosis is that the switch doesn't work, but nothing else is out of place. What could be happening to this lamp? It could be missing a light bulb. The switch could be broken. It could be unplugged, or there could be no power to the plug. In the next step, you think of possible solutions. You could try changing the light bulb. You could disassemble, test, and possibly replace the switch. You could check to see that it's plugged in, and if it is plugged in, you could check to see that there is power at the outlet. Step 4, selecting a solution. This step involves your own best judgment, and it is typically a combination of the most likely problem and the simplest solution that would fix that problem. This is an opportunity for you to begin to prioritize your response. The most difficult solution likely involves the switch. Disassembling the lamp, testing the switch, possibly replacing the switch, and reassembling the lamp is a great deal of work. So let's consider that the most difficult solution. What's the easiest solution? Checking the light bulb to make sure that it is still there is probably the easiest to do. The second easiest to do would be to check and see that it's plugged in. Third easiest would be to check that the outlet has power to it, and you could possibly check this by plugging in something else in that outlet and verifying. Selecting a solution involves making a prioritized list of what you are going to do in what order. The last step has to do with your implementation and the measures. Pick the possible solution that's at the top and carry it through. In this case, if it was me, I would check to see that the light was plugged in. And my measure of how I know if the solution worked, in this case, is very simple. If the light turns on, the solution worked. I would work my way from checking the plug, checking the bulb, checking the power at the outlet, and then finally checking the switch on the lamp itself. Now, case studies as a problem-solving process follow the same structure. You will consider the current conditions of what's going on. You will make a diagnosis where you will determine what you think the real problem is. You will brainstorm possible solutions. You will select a solution, and you will develop an implementation strategy of what needs to be done to put that solution into effect. In the next section, we will turn to the social media at work case, and we will go through each of these steps in the problem-solving process, and at the end, have a viable potential solution of how to fix the problem in the case.